This is a brief overview of some connective emotions that help us build relationships and keep us connected to one another. Connective emotions are critical for helping us build relationship bonds. There are 4 connective emotions that help us to respond to the distress of other people. They are pity, sympathy, empathy, and compassion. Pity is the emotion we feel when we feel sorry about something. It often revolves around a circumstance or an event. It is from a distance. It keeps us outside of the situation or the circumstance. We're not participating in it. We're feeling pity from a distance, and it's usually pretty passive. We can have some response, but it's not going to be very sacrificial. It's not going to come from the core of who we are. Pity can last a long time, and it's always reactive. We don't have preemptive pity. We have pity after we're aware of a situation or a circumstance. We don't have pity that prevents something. We have pity that reacts to what we've already seen or heard about a situation or something that's impacting somebody else. Sympathy is when we feel sorry for someone, for the actual person, or for what they're experiencing. It can draw us closer to that person, but we do not enter into that experience. We don't enter into their pain. We just feel sorry for it. Sympathy is also pretty passive. It means we're not a part of the experience at all, but we can offer our sympathy. Sympathy can be reactive. It can motivate us to do something in the future, but it's not preemptive. It's not something we have before we see something occurring. It's something that occurs, the emotion that occurs after we see that there's been something that's sad or difficult. We frequently have sympathy for people who have grief or who have had trauma. And sympathy for someone or a situation can last for a long time. Empathy is feeling sorry with someone. It's entering into the pain of another person, sharing the pain of another person. It's active and intentional. It's not from the outside, but from the inside, joining in with them. But empathy should last a short to a medium time. It may be reactive and responsive to what we have seen, but we shouldn't stay in that empathetic space too long because we don't want to carry the burdens of other people so much that they impact our ability to function and to live. So empathy is for the time and the space, and it usually motivates us to help in some way, to be a part of a solution, or to care and to demonstrate that caring in some very practical way. Compassion is responsive. It often comes out of our sympathy or our empathy, and it becomes our active, intentional way to offer support. It offers help and support for the pain of another person. It can last a long time. You can be compassionate for a long time. And compassion is expressed in very practical, loving, and caring ways directed to be helpful. Each of these emotions has a temporal or a duration feature and a positional feature. So the short to medium emotions are going to be empathy and pity. Pity can be short to medium or medium to long, but empathy really should be short to medium, and then it can roll into compassion if you need to continue to be invested and involved in somebody. But you want to watch the duration of the empathy so that it doesn't overwhelm you too long. And for medium to long emotions, that would be sympathy, compassion, and pity. They can all last a long time if it's appropriate. And then the positional. So empathy and compassion are going to enter into the experience. They're going to be practical and helpful, and they're going to enter into somebody else's world and life. But sympathy and pity are really from the outside. They're observational responses and reactions, and they don't necessarily enter into the experience and the emotion as empathy and compassion do.